My name is Marceita Dorsey, and I live in Amarillo, Texas. More than 25 years ago, I was pregnant with twin girls. This was at a house that had been a duplex. It's in Canyon, Texas on 6th Street. House that had been a duplex that had been changed into a single dwelling. I had a almost 2.5-year-old son, and we had a great time. It was an older home, and there was one bedroom in the back that we were refinishing to help pay for rent. I was very pregnant and I was put on bed rest. Well, I still had a 2.5-year-old toddler, and bed rest with a toddler whenever your husband has to work is impossible. So I was laying in my room, which was just adjacent to the 2-year-old's room. His name's Eric. And I heard him giggling. Hee 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 hee. Okay, so Mama gets up, and I thought, okay, he's having fun by himself. I'm not worried about it. And then I heard roll, thump, pause, roll, thump, pause. What is that? So I get up, and I walked in, and I'm looking at Eric, and he's sitting there on the floor. He's rolling his ball back to the wall, and it looks like it's bouncing, and then it rolls back to him. And then he starts talking, and like I said, he's 2.5, so kind of gibberish. And I said, "Who are you talking to?" And he looked at me and just straight in the eye and said, "Claire." And I said, "Who's Claire?" And he said, "Her." And I said, "Honey, I don't see anybody." So he's still rolling the ball, and then I realized that it doesn't always hit the wall, that sometimes it just stops in the middle of the floor and then rolls back to him. And I watched this for a few minutes, and the hair stands up in the back of my neck. My sister-in-law lived next door. And so I gather up my child and waddle over to my sister-in-law's and tell her what I had observed. A few days later, it was raining very hard, and one of our friends stopped by to check on me. I was not home at the time, but there was a little girl sitting on my porch. And he walked up and said, "Is Marceita home?" And the little girl just melted in the rain, he said. He wouldn't come back to my house after that. After we had the babies, my sister-in-law helped clean the house where we had lived after we moved with the landlord. The house was pretty much clean, but they went in and they cleaned the rest of it up. In Eric's room, they found an old-timey ball, the kind that used to roll and would make jingle noises, from the 30s. My sister-in-law brought this to me, and I said, "I have no idea where this came from." So I went and I handed this back to the landlord. I said, "This isn't ours. I don't know where it belongs, but it's not ours." And I said, "By the way, did anybody named Claire ever live there?" And the lady turned white, and she said, "My sister's name was Claire." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes, she died when she was 5 in that house." So I gave her the ball, and now we have a ghost story that we can tell.